Good evening and warm greetings to all virtually present with us on this amazing rostrum. Beyond Boundaries is a series of virtual sessions initiated by Takshila Educational Society to foster learning, self-expression, and creativity. In order to facilitate better understanding of our world and its concerns, today we extend our wings to include student orators from Delhi Public School, Patna, Pune, Ludhiana, and Coimbatore under the aegis of Takshila and DPS Society to propagate diverse thoughts and perspectives. At this monumental time, it is indeed a delight to be welcoming you all to this significant occasion intended to channelize and showcase the verve our nascent yet resolute young orators possess. At DPS, we always try to generate opportunities to create a conducive atmosphere for our students to hone their finesse and exhibit their talent. Takshila Open Mic, a battle of oratory skills, is an endeavor in the same direction. Today is the first day of this 3-day event, wherein we shall see the final streaming of Elocution. But before we begin, let me introduce you to our panel of jury. We are fortunate to have with us Dr. Seher Rahman, an Associate Professor of English, who has been teaching the language in Patna's Women's College since 2003. We also have Mr. Salil Singh, Director, BEHES, a national debate organization, Pune, and Ms. Puja Bhatra, Faculty of English, Sacred Heart Convent School, Ludhiana. Not to miss, we have with us Dr. C. Karthik Deepa, an Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Avinashalingam Institute, Coimbatore. They will judge today's contest and select the best of the best speakers. With a warm and fervent heart, I welcome all the judges. It's time. Yes, everyone, it's time to set the ball rolling, and I can sense the rising enthusiasm of the participants as well as our audience. So who's going to break the ice? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to welcome our first speaker of the day, which is code E01. Let's welcome code E01.
Good evening. My code is E01. I am here to recite the poem Daffodils by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over fields and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in a sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next in the row, we have code E02. Let's welcome code E02.
Good evening, everyone. I'm code E2. Would like to recite a poem on Save Nature for Better Future. It's a self-composed poem. Here we go. The fishes are jumping up and down in the river that flows nearby. Are you coming with me now? Let us explore the nature to make our future bright. The wild horses are galloping now. Let us jump into the car. Let us ride inside the jungle. I see a giraffe munching his breakfast. I have a query. Who hangs the clouds so high? And who paints the rainbow on the sky? Squirrels are jumping from tree to tree. Butterflies are fluttering from flower to flower. I see a baby elephant playing in the mud. I have a query. Who keeps the elephant tusk so white? And who makes their fan-like ears? Volcano is a beast, but the tree which gives us shade is so beautiful. We don't know when nature changes its mind. When I composed this poem, a warning sign resonated in my mind. Preserve the nature, but don't exploit the nature. Save nature for glorious future. Thank you, everyone.
A wonderful message indeed. It's time to call upon code E03. Let's welcome code E03.
Accept my warm greeting. My code is E03. Look deep into the world of nature and you will understand everything better. And so, I have chosen the poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by a poet who is a great nature lover, Robert Frost. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds, the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.
Enchanting indeed. Next, we have code E04, who comes to strike a chord with all of us through her poetry. Code E04.
Good evening. My code is E4 and I'm going to recite the poem The Universe by Sylvia Stiles. Sliding down the Milky Way as the harvest moon lights the way. This starts my journey through the galaxy. It was Orion I first met there, with sword in hand, without a fear. While Scorpio and Carina sat at the atmospheric show, discussing their next voyage, one I wanted to explore. I mentioned I was on a quest to see what the universe holds. All the planets took their turn in showing off their luster, when all of a sudden, off to the side, particles started to cluster. Hues of greens, yellows, reds, and blues all began to mingle, creating such a magnificent sight. My skin started to tingle. At one time, it was I, Carina, that would sit throughout the night, with hopes that I may catch one glimpse of your planet's awesome sight. Your blues which you call oceans, the greens, which you call grass, the pinks and yellows of your skies that sparkle like effervescent glass. Then, gradually, your planet started to dim. A thick, choked light from within. What a horrible loss! What a horrible thing! No longer do the songbirds sing. No longer do the songbirds sing. Thank you.
These little ones are surely taking my breath away. I now invite code E05 to suffuse her poetic brightness. Code E05.
Good evening. My code is E05 and today I'll be reciting the poem Nature's Way by Lenore Hedrick. The Little Tree by the Old Road Fence grew in the summer sun. I want to grow tall, said the little tree, and growing is so much fun. The little brook running beneath the bridge babbled and sang all day. I want to be a river, it said, so I'm hastening on my way. The little bird fluttered from out the nest and flew far across the yard. I'll be a big bird, said she, and twittered. If each day I try real hard. The little boy stood on his tiptoes and stretched. I am just like the rest, said he. I want to grow up and see the big world, and the sooner the better for me. Mother Nature smiled at all her fledglings, but she did not bid them stay. She knew that to live and grow and age is forever nature's way. Thank you.
Thank you, code E05. Our next speaker of the day is code E06. Please welcome code E06.
Good evening, everyone. I'm code E6. Would like to recite the poem The Brook, composed by Alfred Lord Tennyson. The message of the poem is that one should not give up. One should overcome difficulties and keep on moving happily until the target is achieved. Here we go. I come from haunts of coot and hern. I make a sudden sally and sparkle out among the fern to bicker down a valley. By 30 hills I hurry down, or slip between the ridges. By 20 tops a little town, and half 100 bridges. Till last by Philip's farm I flow, to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I chatter over stony ways, in little sharps and trebles. I bubble into eddying bays. I babble on the pebbles. With many a curve my banks I fret, by many a field and fallow, and many a fairy foal and sip, with willow weed and mallow. I chatter as I flow, to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I wind about and in and out, with here a blossom sailing, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling, and here and there a foamy flake. Upon me as I travel, with many a silvery water break, above the golden gravel, and draw them all along and flow, to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I steal by lawns and grassy plots. I slide by hazel covers. I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. I slide, I glue my glance among my skimming swallows. I make the netted sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars. I loiter round my cresses, and out again I curve and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Thank you.
Thank you, code E06. For a moment, I found myself by the riverside. Let us now focus our attention on the next participant, that is code E07. Code E07.
I wish you all a divine evening. My code is E07. I would recite a beatific poem, Snake, by D.H. Lawrence. A snake came to my water trough on a hot day, and I in pajamas for the heat to drink there. Someone was before me at my water trough, and I, like a second comer, waiting. He lifted his head from his drinking, as cattle do, and looked at me vaguely, flickered his two-forked tongue from his lips, mused a moment, and stooped and drank a little more. Must I confess how I liked him? How glad I was he had come like a guest in quiet to drink at my water trough and depart, peaceful, pacified, and thankless, into the burning bowels of this earth. He drank enough and lifted his head dreamily, as one who has drunken, flickered his tongue like a forked knight on the air, so black, seeming to lick his lips, and looked around like a god, unseeing, into the air, and slowly turned his head, and slowly, very slowly, as if thrice a dream, proceeded to draw his slow length curving round and climb again the broken bank of my wall face. He seemed to me like a king in exile, uncrowned in the underworld, now due to be crowned again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, code E07. Now we have code E08, who comes to share her ardent affection for poetry with all of us. Code E08.
Good evening. My code is E8 and I am going to recite the poem Mother Nature's Cry by Susan Chen. It took me a long while to better the way you live. Since you have turned hostile, I have got no more to give. My land is filled with waste. My children are displaced. They live in utter fear, watching friends disappear. You treat me like a joke? Choke me up with your smoke. Strip me of any clothes and leave me with my spouse. I have become man-made. Who serves you like a maid? Unnatural and impure. A disease with no cure. Do you know how I feel? See the scars I conceal. In pain, I sob and bleed. I have been infected, abused, and neglected. Do you hear my cry? I am sick and dying. You are my therapy. Love me and set me free. My children, your mother needs you now. Help me, I'll show you how. Recycle and conserve. Give the rights I deserve. You're my weakening voice. Help me to regain my poise. It seems that what you do has more effects on you. I am Mother Nature, not a human for sure. You live the life you dream. You breathe the air, you stain. You drink the water, you soil. And you eat the food, you spoil. My gifts you must protect. nature. Save me to save yourself. Save me to save yourself. Thank you.
Some food for thought indeed. Now we have code E09 to set the stage alight. Code E09.
Good evening. My code is E09. I'm here to recite a poem, Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds that we of easy wing and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, code E09, for the beautiful message. Let's hear it out from code E10. Code E10.
Good evening, everyone. I am code E10, who would like to recite a poem on Beauty and the Beast, composed by Tango. The poet describes the beauty of Mother Nature in a different phenomenon as a creator and a destroyer. He expresses that nature can be incredibly beautiful and heartbreaking. He critically appreciates the nature. So, here we go. Beauty and the Beast. Nature is beautiful, quiet, and serene. Nature is the forest with its many shades of green. Nature is the birds welcoming in the dawn. Nature is the calf struggling to its feet as soon as it is born. Nature is the salmon swimming against the stream. Nature is a volcanic geyser venting out steam. Nature is a beast kicking up a stone. Nature is a tree all bent and broken, looking so forlorn. Nature is the lightning striking out the ground. Nature is the forest fire consuming all around. Nature is the tornado with a screaming roar. Nature is a tidal wave washing everything ashore. Nature can be a beauty and nature can be a beast. Thank you.
Thank you, code E10. Nature indeed is the supreme. Who's next? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome code E11. Code E11.
Greeting you all a lovely evening as we travel through the pages of poetry. My code is E11. I'm here to recite the poem Lessons from Nature by Linda Murrow. I watched the waves crashing, breaking on the shore, all their anger dispensed on the ocean's floor. I look at the sky, so blue, sun shining so bright, spreading heat and happiness with its blinding light. Look up at the trees, hearing the singing of the birds, happily chirping, singing at ease without words. I ponder how nature could get it so right when we have let nature's lessons get so out of sight. We hold our anger, let our happiness slip away, making our survival a struggle. Each and every day, we have forgotten the little things that mean so much, like the laughter, the freedom, and someone's loving touch. If only I could make people stop, watch, and listen to nature's tale, we could all sit back happily and the world would not be so frail. In nature, there's existence in harmony. We could all survive. I'm sure, like the sun, wind, tree, and birds, our lives we could revive. If only we let nature take its course in each and every one of us, each day and night. As I sit and ponder how nature got it so right and we lost all sight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Code E11. Now, Code E12 will delight us with her poetic radiance. Code E12.
Good evening. My code is E12 and I am going to recite the poem My Girlfriend by Pat A. Fleming. Outside my bedroom window stands an old majestic tree. She's been standing there for decades, just as proud as she can be. I can see the early rising sun peeking through her lush green leaves. I can hear her moving gently in the summer's warming breeze. She has a personality that she wants the world to see, and her moods are ever changing behind a silent dignity. In the spring, she comes alive again as her leaves begin to bloom, and beneath the sun's attention, you can almost see her soon. And in the heat of the summertime, when her joy is magnified, she has never looked more beautiful or decked out to the nines. But when the winter's looming large, it's impossible to hide. As her barren limbs droop soulfully, they betray her grief inside. She has stood by me through all my days. She has watched me laugh and cry. She has listened so intently when I've pondered on my life. And when I see her dark and weary, I will sit with her sometime, and all the years we have shared together will come rushing back to mind. But both of us are strong and true. We have become the closest friends, and we will weather every storm together till the end. Together till the end. Thank you.
It is getting interesting with each participant. Let's see what does Code E13 has in store for us. Let's welcome Code E13.
Good evening. My code is E13 and I am here to recite the poem Leisure by William Henry Davies. What is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare, no time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows, no time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see in broad daylight streams full of stars like skies at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet how they can dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. A poor life this, if full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. We have no time to stand and stare. Thank you.
Thank you, code E13. It's time to hear out from code E14. Code E14.
Good evening to all. I'm code E14. Would like to recite a poem, The Daffodils, written by William Wordsworth. He describes the beauty of a field of daffodils and the refreshing power of nature. Now, I'm going to recreate the magic by reciting the poem for you all. I wandered, lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what well the show to me had brought. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flashed upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Thank you.
Our next speaker for the day is code E15. Code E15.
Greeting you a dazzling evening. My code is E15. I would start off with my favorite poem, Daffodils, by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretch in never-ending line along.
I think code E15 has faced some problem. I welcome code E16 now. Code E16, please come on the stage.
My code is E16 and I'm going to recite the poem Mother Nature by Edgar Albert Guest. Kids, kindly Mother Nature plays. No favorites, but smiles for all who get out with her pleasant ways and listen to the song birds call. The tulips and the violets grow for all the world to gaze upon. With beauty are the hills aglow, not for a few, but everyone. Her grass grows green for rich and poor, for proud and humble, high and low. Beside the toiler's cottage door, her morning glories sweetly grow. In palace or in tenement, her sunbeams just as gaily dance. No special charm to one is sent, no favored view possess her glance. Her skies are blue for one and all, her flowers for every mortal bloom. Her rays upon all creatures fall, for all the world is her perfume. The rich man gets no sweeter smile
None does the rapt, barefoot boy. Yes, all who live and love the wild may Mother Nature's charms enjoy. Ah, what a lesson we may learn from kindly Mother Nature's face. A smiling face we seldom turn to strangers when we meet their gaze. A kindly word we seldom speak, except unto a favored few, and some return we often seek. For every kindly deed we do, for every kindly deed we do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's call upon code E17 on stage now. Code E17.
Good evening. My code is E17. I am here to recite the poem The Brook by Alfred Lord Tennyson. I come from haunt of coot and hern. I make a sudden sally and sparkle out among the fern to bicker down a valley. By 30 hills I hurry down, or slip between the ridges. By 20 tops a little town, and 100 bridges. Till last by Philip's farm I flow, to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I chatter over stony ways, in little sharps and trebles. I bubble into edding bays, I babble on the pebbles. With many a curve my banks I fret, by many fields in fallow, and many a fairy fall and set, with willow, weed and mallow. I chatter as I flow, to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I wind about and in and out, with here blossoms sailing, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling, and here and there a foamy flake upon me as I travel, with many a silvery water break above the golden gravel, and roar them all along and float to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I steal by lawns and glassy plots, I slide by hazel covers. I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. And out again I curve and float to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Thank you.
That was so sweet. There are a few more poems to be relished. Please welcome code E18. Code E18.
A pleasant and a happy evening to everyone. My code is E18. I would like to recite my self-composed poem Nature Hunt. Here we go. We are going on a nature hunt. What a beautiful day. We are not scared. A river, a deep cold river. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we're going to go through it. Splashy, 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 splashy. Chup, 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 chup. We are going on a nature hunt. What a beautiful day. We are not scared. A mud, a thick, oozy mud. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we're going to go through it. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Chup, 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 chup. We are going on a nature hunt. What a beautiful day. We are not scared. A forest, a big dark forest. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we are going to go through it. Stumble, trip, stumble, trip. Chup, 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 chup. We are going on a nature hunt. What a beautiful day. We are not scared. A snowstorm, a swirling, whirling snowstorm. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we're going to go through it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Chup, 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 We're going on a nature hunt. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a cave, a narrow, gloomy cave. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we're going to go through it. Tip, toe. What's that? It's a bear. I'm so scared. Nature hunt is a thrilling and adventurous one. Nature's beautiful. Handle it careful. Stay safe, stay strong. Thank you.
Oh, suddenly I feel I miss being outdoors. I too want to be with nature. Let's call upon code E19 with her poem now. Code E19.
I wish a joyous evening to all present. My code is E19. I would recite the poem An April Day by Henry Longfellow, which I have fondly selected. When the warm sun that brings seed time and harvest has returned again, 'tis sweet to visit the still wood where springs the first flower of the plain. I love the season well, when forest glades are teeming with bright forms, nor dark, and many folded clouds foretell the coming on of storms. From the earth's loosened mold, the sapling draws its sustenance and thrives, though stricken to the heart with winter's cold, the drooping tree revives. When the bright sunset fills the silver woods with light, the green slope throws its shadows in the hollows of the hills, and wide the upland glows. And when the eve is born, in the blue lake the sky, or reaching far, is hollowed out, and the moon dips her horn, and twinkles many a star. Inverted in the tide stand the grey rocks, and trembling shadows throw, and fair trees look over, side by side, and see themselves below. Sweet April, many a thought is wedded unto thee, as hearts are wed, nor shall they fail till to its autumn broad life's golden fruit is shed. Thank you.
I'm enjoying myself immensely and can't wait what code E20 has in store for all of us. I invite code E20.
Good evening. My code is E20 and I'm going to recite Hurricane Isabella by Amy Earlt. I can't sleep tonight. I can still hear her name. She came with warning, but could not be tamed. We packed our things and stowed them tight and headed for shelter, anticipating this night. But she followed us, and now we are on our way. All night she screams, "My name is Isabella, and I have come to play." Her winds rattle the windows and shake our nerves. The rain seeps through the cracks of the barracks we serve. All through the night and into the early morning, she kicked up her heels, laughing and roaring. When the daylight came and the blue skies were calm, we could only imagine the damage she had done. Age-old trees that once reached to the sky scattered the ground like tombstones, no longer alive, uprooted, twisted, and mangled. They crashed through houses and left power lines tangled. Piles of debris littered the street, trapping the floodwaters up to our knees. It covered the ground throughout this town. Bits of valuables were later found, but valuables can be replaced and homes can be repaired. No one was hurt that day in the shelter we shared. We go about our lives now, picking up the pieces, trying to make sense of the madness and all that it seizes. Thank you.
Thank you. In nature, nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. Trees can be controlled, bent in weird ways, and they are still beautiful. And today, when nature has all locked us inside our houses, we have found a way to hear to these beautiful children. We'll wait for code E15 to join us, and she'll be joining us very soon. And we'll wait for some more time for her to join us. And I hope that you all have enjoyed listening to these young orators from Delhi Public School, Patna, Pune, Ludhiana and Coimbatore. And something has come into my mind. I think we think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness. And without these qualities, life will be a big void and vacuum, and all will be lost. I thank all the participants for helping us appreciate two very beautiful elements today that fulfill our life. So these elements are nature and poetry. What beautiful way would have been to spend this evening in our houses rather than listening, more than listening to these young budding orators. And I would not like to leave behind code E15, and we'll wait for code E15 to join us and recite her poem, because without that, this day would remain incomplete. She started off so well, and it would be an injustice if we'll not listen to her. And the day is suddenly become too beautiful. And why? Because code E15 has joined. Dear audience, code E15 has joined. Code E15, the stage is all yours. Please take over. Code E15. Are you there? Code E15. Still some problem, I think. I can see.
Just wait, ma'am.
So by the time the technical issue is being sorted, I think I will continue. And nature is something which we have all forgotten. And listening to these children's poems, it took me that it has made me understand that it is high time that we introspect, that where are we moving? How much harm have we caused to our own self just by ignoring nature? Nature is supreme. It has everything in it. We can derive pleasure, we can derive beauty out of it, and we can make our lives beautiful just by appreciating nature. Mother Nature has given us everything. Jocund company, they said. I believe that code E15 will take some more time. So what we can do is we can have the judges' impressions. So after listening to the astounding combination of nature and poetry, I'm sure that we all have experienced some ethereal moments today and are taking some everlasting memories to cherish forever. So let's see what our judges have to say about this. I now invite the judges to share their impressions with us about today's event and also give us some suggestions to our participants so that they can enhance their performance for the time we meet on a platform, real or virtual. I call upon Professor Seher to share her experience first. Professor Seher.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to all present on this virtual platform. Uh, First of all, I congratulate all the participants and the organizers for today's program. It was conducted so well, and it was sheer pleasure watching so many talented children showcasing their oratorial skills. The word elocution, I hope children know because they prepared, so thoroughly for the competition, that this word has its origin. Since I am an English teacher, so I am, I'm forced to, say all this. So the word elocution has its origin from Latin, elocutio, meaning to utter, to put into words. And that is what precisely all the participants did today. But eloquent also has been, the word eloquent in English has also been derived from the same word. And eloquent, as all of you know, students, it means being forceful and fluent while you express yourself. All right. So elocution, as you participated today in the contest, you must have experienced that it is the art of reading or speaking. Here it was speaking, so it should be speaking actually clearly and effectively. So these are very important things, key things, that you should be clear and effective in. And this is speaking not at home, speaking in public before an audience with an accent that is correct and neutral. There should not be, regional flavor in the accent that you speak. And elocution is a skill. So all of us can, learn it by practicing it, as all of you did. So all the participants did very well. I was really impressed, and it was really challenging for me to judge. I would, admit that it was out beyond my capacity, to judge. So I could, what I did was at best that I analyzed, and winning and losing is nothing. Participation is, the most important thing here, because it's very, very narrow. Whoever is going to win is going to be first or second. It would be with, say 0.5 or 0.25. That would be the margin, because all of you were so good. So there are three things which are important in such competitions. So beginning with, the topic and the content. Most of you, chose very good pieces, very acclaimed, renowned, and popular pieces. And so the content part was very good. And second very important thing is practice, how you practice. So I found that all of you had practiced very well. So I congratulate all of you again, and your teachers as well, because they must have put in a lot of effort by making you practice through this online mode when you are at home, and then they made you practice so well. So congratulations to all the participants as well as their teachers. And the third and the most important part is the real delivery, when you have to speak. And all of you, did very well. A few things which are very important are, your, as I said, your accent, pronunciation, your intonation, your pitch, facial expression, body language. All these are things which make you an effective and powerful, speaker when you are participating in an elocution competition. All right. So all this is to be done in a balanced way. So all of you, tried your best and could, do well, all of you. I mean, some did, of course, better than, some others. So there's just one tip that I would give, that do not overdo it in enthusiasm. Whether, I mean, as I, told you about the different aspects of delivery. So don't overdo it, because when you overdo it, the charm would be lost. You must appear to be natural, all right, and uh, that will make you more impressive, okay, and more effective. So this is what I have to say, and I think your next participant is has arrived. And although when we listened to her, speaking the way she spoke, first stanza, so we could make out. But let her finish her poem, because she must have put in very hard work. Uh, she must have practiced a lot, so she must get a chance to finish her poem. So with this, I thank you all the organizers, and I congratulate all the students once again, and all the best to all of them for their future endeavors.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Indeed, your words will help our budding orators in the years to come. And yes, your wish has come true. E15 is with us. And now we are going to listen to her. Code E15. Welcome.
Greeting you, a dazzling evening. My code is E15. I will start off with my favorite poem, Daffodils, by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills. And all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretch in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outed the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Code E15. I'm so happy to see that this technical issue did not dampen your enthusiasm and spirit, and you were just amazing. Thank you so much. I now invite Mr. Salil Singh, I'm so sorry. I now invite Mr. Salil Singh to share his thoughts with us.
Hello. I think everything has already been said by Mrs. Rahman. It was amazing. You guys are amazing. And it's very heartening to see that students of 4th and 5th, right? In 9th and 10th, you guys have the ability to express yourselves like this. It was truly an honor. Just a couple of things that I wanted to address all the students about was one, why is your school or your schools having this exercise? Because speaking clearly is half the battle when it comes to communication. And all the problems in the world that exist, all the wars that happen in the world, all of this happens because we fail to understand the other person's perspective. And this is step one. I want to say that no matter who wins, that's not what this is about. But what it is about is that today we have students who are 9 or 10 years old who have the ability to express themselves like you guys do. And please remember that you come from a place of privilege. You are among the top few people of your age in the country who can speak like you speak. So I just want to say all the best to all of our participants. And please continue to use that superpower for the right thing, so that people can understand each other better, and hopefully we can have fewer disagreements if we understand each other better. Thank you. That's all I want to say.
Thank you so much, sir, for all your motivation and your words of enlightenment. Thank you. I now invite Dr. Karthik Deepa to motivate and enlighten our students with her kind words. Dr. Karthik Deepa.
Yeah, actually, it was such, I was very proud and happy and enchanted to watch all these recitations from the children. They came up with different poems and recite them with great zeal and enthusiasm. It was, some of the poems were original, and I was so glad and happy to watch all these things. And I just want to suggest few things. In some of their recitation, eye contact was missing. Maybe it is due to the virtual platform. In some of their recitation, voice modulation and feelings were missing. And some of them were very rigid without any body language. So they have to change it, as professor said, by practicing it, they can overcome these things. And it was actually a very good attempt. Some of them was very loud. Actually, expressing emotion or feeling doesn't mean that they have to be louder. They can present it in a soft and with a gracious way. Actually, overall, it was very good. Little body language and feelings were missing. That's it. Actually, thank you so much for the opportunity. I congratulate all the children and the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your constructive feedback will surely help our students to improvise, and they will become the best of the best. Thank you. I would now like to call upon Ms. Puja Bhatra to share her prudence with us. Ms. Puja Bhatra.
Well, thank you so much, ma'am. I'm really impressed. I'm actually exhilarated. The performances were too good. And, the expressions were so well calibrated. Really have to congratulate all the students. It is, a big round of applause for you all. And even though it's a virtual platform, but while I was listening to all these celebrated poems and all the recitals, I did not feel a bit that, I was not present right in front of them. So congratulations to the organization for having arranged everything so well. And personally, I feel that this kind of an encouragement is very essential for students, for children of this age, because this is the these are the building blocks to the greatness that is to come. So once again, extremely impressed by all the performances, and very, very well done, and beautifully diverged thoughts and expressions. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, to judge you all. Because it's been quite a while, that I have actually heard such beautiful literary recitals. So yeah, that is all I have to say, children. You've done a great job. The organization has done a great job, and I'd really be happy if more of such, shows are organized at the virtual level, because this is what is the need of the hour. Okay, yeah. So thank you so much. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. And thank you so much, all the judges, for your words of wisdom. I'm sure that our students will benefit immensely from them. And the conclusion of this important day would be befitting only if I introduce the stellar speakers to you. So I begin with DPS Patna, and the participants were Ashita Mehtin, Archit Acharya, Ragi Singh, Rajeshri, and Tanisi Singh. Coming to DPS Pune, the participants were Harini Iyer, Romel Khan, Arnav Singh, Divya Jain, and Parth Sarthi Tuhin Ghosh. The names of the participants from DPS Ludhiana are Rabya Charya, Shanaya Gupta, Anya Arora, Inayat Kaur, and Alaina Angrish. Coming to DPS Coimbatore, the participants were AS Amruta Varshini, ST Tarika Lakshmi, MB Akilan, Prarthna Vishnukant, and R Sweka. I congratulate each and every participant for putting their best foot forward and transcending us to a magical world of words. I know that you all must be eager to know the results. Those will be published on the school website in some time from now, and the participants will also be informed through a mailer. So keep waiting, and all the best to all of you. As it is said that all good things come to an end, so this sterling meet should conclude too. We will disband, but we shall now be in possession of warm memories and rich learning experiences. I take this opportunity to extend my earnest thanks to our judges for sparing their invaluable time to inspire us with their presence and sagacious words. I also thank all the parents for their unflinching support that is reputed to be unrivaled in the whole universe. I would be remiss in my duty if I didn't mention the diligent efforts of all the participants who brought forth for us some beautiful pearls from the world of poetry. And of course, deserving of my thanks are those children who tried their best to be part of this contest, but remained just a notch below the finalists. I'm sure they will grace and ace the context next time. Thanks one and all. With this, I take your leave with the hope that we shall meet again to participate in yet another scintillating competition like this. Thank you each one. Till then, sayonara.